Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. Okay, now let's continue with the last elements or the last type of supplies for filing management. So here it is a caption. Okay, what is the caption? As you can see on the picture here, okay, there will be the file in the folder itself. Okay, you are required to have the guides, and each of the guides that will have at the folder there will be the tabs, and on the tab itself there will be the label, and on the label itself there will be the caption. Okay, so for example here we have caption of family court, criminal court, civil court. So what is actually caption? Okay, a caption is actually the content identifying informations on the label itself, which is it can be anything that written, typed, or printed on the tab or a tab label. So if the questions ask you what is a caption, it is actually the content identifying information. Okay, it consists informations about the content for that particular folder. So for this folder, it is the correspondent or the letters that regarding on the family court, while for this one, okay, is the content identifying informations for the criminal court, and this is a civil court. Okay, so it's identify what are the informations, the correspondent or any letter, okay, pertaining or relating to that particular matter or subject. When we already deciding on what are the equipment that we want to use, and what are the supplies as well, so we need to determine the arranging of the supply itself on the guides and also the folder. All right, and usually the preferred arranging or the arrangement for the guide and folders for most of the offices will be a straight line arrangement. Okay, in the straight line arrangement is actually, okay, the guide tabs and also the folder, the tab and also the folder just now is actually placed on the single horizontal position. Maksudnya dia berada, semua tab duduk dalam kedudukan menegak. Okay, but however you will learn afterwards. Okay, kita ada primary tab, guide, kita ada secondary guide, and kita ada the additional guides as well. So for example, like it is a primary guide, so dia akan berada dalam satu, bila you buka drawer, and then dia akan ada berada dalam satu line guide pertama. So secondary guide dia akan berada pada satu line garis yang seterusnya. That's why kalau kita kata when you want to arrange the guide and folder, it's the best to have a straight line arrangement. Okay, instead of you melintang susun. Okay, so some questions they might ask you, okay, why the straight line arrangement has been chosen as a best arrangement for the offices. Okay, so here because the logically our eyes is actually will read or will scan in a straight line. Okay, most of people dia akan melihat satu perkara dalam keadaan menegak. Okay, instead of melintang. Okay, dia akan baca lebih what we grasp the informations immediately. And why? Because the eyes will be read on the straight line. Okay, and apart from that as well, when we have the straight line arrangement ni, kita boleh add or delete the arrangement tu tanpa without involving, okay, tidak melibatkan gangguan kepada susunan tu. Sebagai contoh, bila kita guna primary guide dalam satu line pertama, so bila kita nak take out, dia tak akan mengganggu for the second line. Okay, that one I will show you later. And lastly, definitely is a commonly arrangement in staggered pattern, which is in the vertical storage equipment. Okay, why? Because it actually provide the easier read of the caption. Macam saya sebut tadi lah, kalau untuk drawer, especially drawer lah, mata kita akan baca dalam keadaan menegak instead of melintang. Okay, kita akan kata read faster, okay, in the straight line. So when you have a guides on the one for the straight line, okay, guides tu dia mengandungi tab. Okay, dan tab tu dia akan ada label, dan apa yang kita tulis atas label tu itu adalah caption. Okay, the next slide will talk about the guide arrangement. Okay, is the continuous slide regarding on the full the guide and folder arrangement, but is more specifically on the guide arrangement. Okay, as you can see here, basically we have the guide. Usually, most of the time, we will have the primary guide and also on the secondary guide. Okay, before we go further, okay, we have a look on what is the primary guide. Okay. Okay, as you can see on the screen, a primary guide is actually referring to the alphabetic guides, okay, at which the major file divisions is referring to the major file division. Okay, for example, like A, B, C, and etc. Alright, and it will consider as the primary guide in the alphabetic corresponding name file, and that a particular A, B, and the rest will be identified. Okay, what means by A? So you can have a look on the pictures on the screen, on the slide. Okay, at which when we talk about primary guides, okay, the things that I highlight, okay, here, okay, primary guides. Okay, as you can see here, name with the number. Okay, primary guide we have here A and also B. Okay, this is primary guide. So this drawer, as you can see on the here on the labels of the drawer, names with numbers A until B. So definitely, when that is a drawer for A, the caption A until B, so the guides inside that drawer will be A and also B. Okay, all right. So next will be the I move the picture. Sorry. The second one is what we call the secondary guide, at which this secondary guide, okay, this one, okay. Secondary guide is this. This is a secondary guide for alphabet B. Okay, which here we have a barley, bannock, and also Bosworth. Okay, I repeat, this is the secondary guide for caption primary guide of B. So we have three here: barley, bannock, and also Bosworth. Okay, what is actually means by the secondary guides? It's a special name or a special subject guide and interfile alphabetically, and they are subdivisions of the primary alphabetic guide they follow. So here, okay, I show you we have we have A and B just now as a primary guide, and under primary guide here we have secondary. Okay, I give you examples of B. So under B there is a secondary guide of barley, bannock, and Bosworth. Okay, so it is a file we call interfile alphabetically, right? So for A, under A we have the secondary guide of the application, and it's actually further divide into the subfile. Okay, as you can see, I put it for Bosworth. Okay, under Bosworth, as you can see here, we have Bosworth core January March, Bosworth core April June, Bosworth core July September, Bosworth core October December. So from B, it been chunked or it further divide into the secondary guide for the three of it. We have barley, bannock, and Bosworth. And under Bosworth itself, it been subdivided. Okay, they have an additional guide. Okay, specifically, okay, Bosworth for January and March been put in one place. Okay, for that Bosworth, that related to Bosworth company, for the April and June will be put in one folder in that particular guide, and so on. Okay, so let's have a look with the next slide. Oh, sorry, in the same slide again. Okay, I repeat it again. For the primary guide, here we have A and B. Okay, primary guide. This is primary guide. Okay, and the second one, okay, application, barley, banners, Bosworth. This is not a primary guide, but it's a secondary guide. Okay. Okay, so this is a secondary guide. Alright, make sure you have now you understand more on the what is the primary guide and what is a secondary guide. Okay, the next slide is regarding on the folder arrangement. Okay, at which the folders are this definition is already been covered previously, which is folders are the containers which used to hold and protect the records, and these folders are divided into two. We have the individual folder and we also have the special subject folder. Okay, as you can see here, okay, it's actually not divided into two. It's actually divided into three. Okay, we have individual folder, special folder, and we have the general folder. Okay, what is a general folder? General folder is actually hold the record to and from the correspondent with a small volume of record. Okay, as you can see on the screen here, this is a general folder. For every alphabet, okay, for B, kita ada barley, banner, Bosworth. Tetapi there will be one general folder for B at the end of the B, and for A they have a general folder here. Okay, these two. Okay, general folder. Okay, for the individual folder is actually hold the record for an individual correspondent. Okay, for the individual folder, as you can see, it's not in a primary guide. It's not in a secondary guide, but it's been placed at the third line. Okay, so here it consists of, we have a general folder, we have the individual folder, and we have a special folder at this line. Okay, so just now I already explained to you on the general folder, at which it been placed at the back. Okay, here. Okay, B, A. Okay, and for the individual folder, meaning that for this, for example, okay, is the application. So this will be the applications counting, application office support, application. Okay, so each of it is an individual folder which will hold their individual correspondent related for that subject. And while for a special subject folder, it actually will contain the correspondent that related to one specific subject, which been placed after the special guide marking its location. Okay, special subject ni, for example, is been further divide. Okay, contohnya barley, kita ada beberapa barley barber shop, barley cut shop. So we don't put barley in one place, but we are divided for the special subject folder into their own barley. Okay, barley barber shop and barley cut shop. So when you want to search, kita akan go, contohnya kita nak cari barley cut shop. So with having that special subject folder untuk that particular subject, kita lebih mudah untuk access the data ataupun maklumat tersebut. So I hope that, okay, what means by straight line just now? Straight line maksudnya bila when we open the drawer, kita akan baca in the straight line here. Okay, this is A, B. Okay, kita baca, baru kita baca application. Contohnya kita nak cari barley cut shop. So kita akan cari dulu dekat sini A, or B dekat sini. Sorry, A, B, kita cari B dekat sini. So kita akan cari barley di second line and third line. Kita tak baca melintang. Okay, kita tak baca melintang, kita baca menegak in one line. Okay, that means by the straight line arrangement just now. So stay tuned for the next slide.